welcome back to the ABC of EDC with me, Rick Flat, your host through everything, Everyday Carry. I hope you guys are well. I hope life is treating you well. I hope that summer was a fantastic experience for you, but we are now back. We're a week or two into September or whatever this month is, where the leaves fall off and all this sort of stuff and rain is falling out of the sky. And we're back to another review. I think last thing we reviewed was a Tudor or a Rolex when it came to watches. So a little bit of a dip. We are back this week looking at a Seiko, but I am no less excited to look at this. This is a watch that I bought for an event that I went to just the other night. A friend of mine who's in with Jaeger-LeCoultre, JLC, the watch company. You'll know them from the Reverso and the Master Calendar we reviewed, and they're the watchmaker's watchmaker. They had an event in London, and my friend said, look, do you want to go? I got a +1. I said, yeah, man, I'm there, man. And then I thought, but what do I wear? Like, what should I wear? Because everyone's going to be wearing bangers. I don't think you can buy a JLC for less than about $7 grand. And I thought, what am I going to do? And my friend said, I'll lend you one of my watches. So there you go. You can get Tudors and Rolex and Longines and JLCs and all kinds of things. But I said, you know what, actually, bro, give me a minute. Because I got a plan on a watch that I could wear that will just get everybody in that room twisted up, man. Everyone in that room will not know what has hit them, man. I'm having guessing. And that's when I phoned up Uncle Seiko and got this bad boy. So let's flippy flip overhead. Overhead Rick will lead you through exactly what this is and how exactly it went down with our good friends over at Jaeger-LeCoultre. Let's flippy flip. So here we have it. Another day, another Seiko. Like I say, JLC event, needed something fancy on my wrist. Couldn't afford something, super special. I mean, this event, I had people wearing like platinum Daytonas and tourbillons and all sorts of business, man. So we hit Seiko. Let's open the box. Standard Seiko box. Oh, got a posh flap though. Got a posh flap. But unlike Rolex and Tudor and other people, they haven't decided to write anything on there. Just a little bit of like sticky back tape. So there you go. Let's remove that box. What have we got here? Little what to do's and the guarantee. Boom, don't need that. And a little bit of I guess a quick start guide to like how to tell the time or something. But we'll remove this. We don't need any of this. Here's the main box. Yeah, it's all right. It's not really anything fancy. Just a little Seiko box. But what is inside is a treat. So here we go. You ready? This, my friends, is the Seiko Landshark. Actually, I've heard it called a couple of different things. I've heard it called the Atlas. I've heard it called the Landshark. It's up to you what you actually want to call it, I suppose. Little tag on there on the back if you are so interested. There, my friends, is the actual reference number. Obviously, that's in the description of the video and the link to where you can buy this probably on Amazon. But here it is, man. This is quite a watch, man. Let me just get this out. Now, I have actually, obviously, because of YouTube magic or trickery, already removed this from the box and actually sized it for my wrist just to save on time. I had to take 2 links out. She's quite a big beast, really. She's, I believe, 42.2 mils wide, or the diameter. Actually, let me get my calipers. 1 second. So here we are, man. Got the calipers out. You know what I'm saying? That caliper life. Let's just see what we're doing about that thickness, because I know it's 42.2 diameter, but let's see what we're doing on the thickness. So on the thickness, we are a 13.9, but that feels quite thick, but it's not actually, it doesn't feel that thick on wrist, although she's chunky. Yep, 22. So 22 lugs. What is the actual lug to lug on this bad boy? Let's have a look. The lug to lug is going to run us a 48.5. Actually, nice dimensions. Like I say, it's a chunky beast, but it's sorry, right, I keep putting it the wrong way around. It's because we've got this double crown situation. Yeah, chunky settings. Let's face it, chunky settings, man. What are you going to do? Let's get this label off. Let's just take this off. These are always so fiddly, and I don't like to just cut them. Oh, here we go. Come on, play along. Come on, play the game, you demon. Play the game, you. Good Lord. Let's all get chumped up behind the bodily doodle and the hoojama flangit and the wajama wisop. There we go. Come on. I'm a grown man. Look, I'm a grown man. I've got a mortgage. I've got kids. I've got a driving license, man. You know, I've been in charge of, like, you know, multiple £1,000 budgets at different jobs and stuff. Man cannot remove a label from a watch. But here we go. We shall prevail in the tradition of all great Britons. I will prevail. Please. Please, Jesus. Here we go. We have made it. So, yeah. She's a beautiful little thing. Like I say, I took out 2 links for my 7.5 inch wrist. I think that's 19 centimeters, something like that. And she wears really good. Now she's chunky. Let's not get twisted. Let's not mess around, man. She is a chunky thing. But the chunkiness is entirely suited to what's going on here. 200 meters, screw down crown, which is hilarious. We'll get to why that's hilarious in a minute. But yeah, really nice gnarled crown there at the 4 o'clock. Like I say, screw down. Now this is the old 7R, whatever it is, movement. So no hand winding, no hacking. Just, you know, you shake and go or make movement. What Seiko have been known for a long time. Now let's do the bezel. Let's do the. No, she's not. Let me put it up near the microphone. Not the loudest bezel action ever, but it feels good. It feels secure. I love the design of the bezel. Even though it's a dive watch, it hasn't got the kind of segmented 15 or 20s on there. It's very kind of subtle dial, that black with just those silver letters. I like it, or silver marking, sorry. I like it. You have got this inner rotating bezel, which is just a hilarious thing, because there is no sense of any friction whatsoever. You put the watch down. If you put the watch down on that crown at the 9 o'clock, you just come back and you realize north is now east and west is now south. It's just there's nothing, man. There's nothing there. So I'm not quite sure how much I trust the 200 meters. Yes, screw down crown, Seiko, we know you do 200 meters, but then over here into that revolving rehalt in the case, right, that chapter ring that revolves, right, for the compass. Just nothing, no locking, no nothing. It's as easy. The wind blows, and like I say, the direction's changed. Yeah, this watch has got a lot going on. I've got to be honest with you, a lot going on. We have brushed finishing on a lot of the case. Then we have these weird little moments, I would say, these little episodes on the bracelet where there's a bit of polishing. Then right up the top, there's just a big fat link that's polished. There's a little kind of, on these oversized crown guards at 9 o'clock, there's also like a plate that's polished. End of the unsigned locking crown is polished, but then we have a signed useless crown that isn't polished. So you've got polished, brushed, and then on the sides, you've got sandblasted. You've got like every finishing from every watch present in this watch. But I forgive all that because of the quirky nature of this. I mean, that dial with those yellow hands, Poppy. I love it. Just yellow settings, mate. Just yellow situations all over the place. Now, I had this on the other night, and we're talking to a beautiful woman who is, you know, I'm married, don't worry, she wasn't beautiful out. I mean, like, she was a nice person. She was the head of the Bond Street boutique at JLC. Forgive me, I can't remember your name. Standing talking with a friend who's her customer, and I'm his kind of, you know, invite to the event. And she says at a certain point, okay guys, what we wearing? And my friend puts up his wrist and shows his like 14 grand JLC master calendar, super complicated thing. And she said, what are you wearing? And I lifted this thing up and I said, there you go. And she went, what's that? And I said to her, I'm gonna let you guess. She didn't guess. She didn't ask anymore. She turned away and just kept talking to her friend who'd actually, my friend who'd actually bought stuff from her and looked like he had money. And I was there, man, in my trainers and jeans with my Seiko. Now, it's not to say this is a cheap watch, man. I mean, it's chintzy. There's a bit of chintziness, but the head of the watch is pretty solid. Now, I don't know what these went for originally. These are discontinued now. But they are currently going for 299 quid on Amazon. And I've seen them for like 355 other places, and yeah, they're going up. Like all Seikos, like all watches are going up because it's discontinued, and because it, for all its flaws, is a 200 meter diver, right? It's got a half decent bracelet. It's got a good look about it. It's got a lovely sort of lovely bezel. The look of it there, it's just really nice. It has got solid end links in it, which you don't get with a lot of Seikos. And it's got a feel about it when you have it on wrist. Yeah, man. Like it's pretty good, man. It feels like a nice, secure, good watch. This is the Seiko Landshark, and I like it. And I've got to tell you, man, I haven't currently got the budget to keep this in my collection. This is going back, man. After wearing it, and don't tell Amazon, don't tell Jeff, man. If you see Jeff, just avoid him. If you're out getting milk and Jeff's like there, you seen Rick? Has he got my watch? Say no, I don't. What are you talking about? This is great, and I would happily have this in my collection. But I think, to be honest, I would have this in my collection at 150 quid. I'm not sure I would have it in my collection at its current 300 quid or 350 or whatever. But, you know, that's because I'm probably a tight ass and because I'm between kind of monies at the moment. So what are you going to do? But yeah, this has been a Seiko Landshark. I really enjoyed wearing it. It was a pleasure. It was good to see as different people at that event I went to. They say hello to you, then they look at your wrist. Just watching people's bemusement as they look down and think, what on earth is that? Anyway, this has been the ABC of EDC. I've been Rick Flat, and this has been the Seiko Landshark. Till next time, carry what you love. Take care of yourselves. Later.